Welcome, brothers and sisters, to our Lenten series, Junk in the Yard. We have been talking about the capital sin of lust, and today I would like to make a presentation about yet another facet where we could see how this sin is operating. Let me start with a story from the second book of Samuel, where King David, who already had his kingdom well established, one day he didn't have a desire to go and battle. He sent out his troops to fight, but he remained behind in his palace. And one afternoon, when he got up from his bed, after having made a nap, a siesta, he saw a beautiful woman bathing. Then he inquired about her name, and she was Bathsheba, a wife of one of his generals, Uriah the Hittite. The story unfolds that King David commits adultery, and later on, to cover it up, he commits the sin of murder. From that point on, there is a disgrace upon another disgrace coming to his life. Why did I start with this story that just in few lines I wanted to narrate? One of the main reasons King David committed this sin was his state of laziness, of sloth and idleness. Instead of being out there with his troops, battling and fighting, being occupied, he didn't have a desire to fight anymore. Have you ever heard a saying, idleness is the workshop of the devil? Exactly right. In this particular case, it's very clearly visible. When a person has no more desire to move forward, is lazy, reluctant to go on, there is a sense of burdensome, a lot of fantasies and thoughts are crossing one's own mind in search for some kind of excitement. How to break the boredom, how to move in a different direction and feel some sort of excitement that would resemble my search for happiness. When a person starts wandering around, letting any thought come in, fantasies start moving around, that's exactly where the grassroots of many of the sexual sins are. When our imagination is not occupied with the meaningful, constructive things. When the content is corrupted, then the fantasy goes off hand. There are many thoughts that are coming in and going out, and unfortunately, there is yet another player in the whole drama called the evil one. And he's very quick to send thoughts that are not of God. And then once this rumination, spinning on those thoughts takes place, because there is a lack of dialogue with God, lack of engagement in the spiritual things, in the constructive and meaningful activities, as I said, including service of the other people, then it is very easy to jump into a process of trying to say, well, let me try some consolations, and very quickly going on the internet or checking other forms of gratification, it's easy to end up watching the material that is not proposing the life of chastity and so on. The state of laziness and also of idleness can cause a person to jump into substance abuse. Since there is not much to do and there is no deeper motivation and further on, even no meaning of life, then let's kill the time. As some people say, I don't want to think about my problems, the difficulties I'm going through. Overall, life doesn't provide anything interesting. And where the substance abuse come into play, God provides His divine medicine to help us out to come out from this state of idleness, of laziness. And the fathers of the church and the saints teach that it is to get engaged and acquire the taste for the things of God, of deepening God's wisdom, on finding sweetness in the honey of the scriptures, of the teachings of the fathers, of the saints, of the spiritual matters. What helped many people to come out from the pitfall of many sexual sins is the relationship with the Blessed Virgin Mary, immaculately conceived. Many people affirmed and gave witness to the fact that the Rosary, prayed wholeheartedly with the surrender to Our Lady, is a divine medicine God provides to come out from the sins of the flesh. Also, the Divine Mercy Chaplet. When a person repeats, "Have mercy on me, a sinner. Have mercy on me, Lord, come to me." There are a lot of simple prayers, even the prayer to Saint Michael the Archangel. What is also critical is to have our eyes, the physical eyes that actually correspond to our spiritual eyes, fixed on Jesus Christ in this process of prayer. Unfortunately, if our eyes are all scattered, looking everywhere for some gratification, sooner or later we'll end up watching things that are unchaste, impure, disfigure the gift of sexuality, and consequently there are a lot of thoughts that are polluting the imagination, and we cannot live in the peaceful state of soul. Let us fix our eyes on the things of heaven. Already the saints taught how critical it is to practice the custody of the eyes, meaning we cannot look at anything, anytime, how we please, just for some comfort, because we're not gonna last when it comes to the battle with the sins of the flesh. Practicing the custody of the eyes, of avoiding the media content that is doubtful when it comes to the presentation of human sexuality, that disfigures this enormous gift that God has given us, it is critical to gradually look with great care what thoughts come to our minds. As the fathers of the desert used to ask, are you coming from the enemy or from God? Let's see what content comes. The thoughts are coming, the temptations are being thrown at us, but if we welcome them and spin on them, that's yet another situation. We can pray, turn to the Lord, offer them up, and ask that Christ may take those thoughts away. There is a battle, no doubt about it, but God provides His grace. And I would like to encourage all of us at the beginning of this day to ask for the gift of practicing the custody of the eyes, praying the Rosary, praying to Our Lady, the Divine Mercy Chaplet, to Saint Michael the Archangel, knowing that there is a spiritual battle happening, but more we turn to God through the intercession of the saints, we will turn out victorious. God bless you, brothers and sisters, as we continue our Lenten series.